The Undercover Policing Inquiry, Tranche 2, Phase 2. We've been listening to the live evidence of Andy Coles, which has been deeply unpleasant. Before he started, we heard a really short, about like a 10-minute piece from Jessica, who gave evidence last week. You remember at the end of her evidence last week, she felt like emotionally exhausted and unable to answer the last question, which was if there's anything else she had to say. So she just really added that in this morning, pointing out about the adoption, about use of dead children's identities, about Andy Coles' deeply unpleasant ways of talking about that. Andy Coles' questioning has so far sort of revolved around his early reports, his targeting of the peace movement, about the way he reported about women as being very attractive. We also heard bits about the one of the senior officers, DCI Potter, who was arrested for extremely disturbing drunken racism at a church after going to an SDS Safe House meeting. I'm joined by Kate Wilson, who's also been following proceedings. We've got an account. What did you make of the evidence so far this morning?
Well, I've been following the proceedings. I haven't followed your video, so I apologise if I repeat anything. But so the first thing I was struck by, swears on the Bible, he is not going for the doddery old man. He's going for the honest, firm handshake approach. I'm an honest Joe, and it's a proper battle of wills going on. I mean, like David Barr, I feel like I've never seen David Barr so angry. Really. when he says phrases like, "Could you just answer the question, please?" That's kind of, Barr version on homicide, or he's.
he had some good one-liners there. He said that he referred to Coles' reporting as having more sexual gossip than a copy of News of the World.
Yeah. I mean, his Coles is. I will say it, he comes across as a barefaced liar.
Clearly has no respect for his God. Does not actually have any faith.
It's not just that. It's a criminal offence to lie to a public inquiry. I hope he knows that, and I hope the Met Police are watching really, because he's flying in the face not only of what other witnesses have said, what his own reporting says, but and what common sense says about a lot of this stuff, but also what the Met Police have actually said in a letter. I mean, we haven't got to the relationship we had with Jessica yet. I mean, we've had some, I'm not sure if we're outside the 10-minute reporting yet, but we've had some quite interesting stuff about racism within the unit, also sexism within the unit. It was sickening listening to him talk about how the SDS talked about the murder of Stephen Lawrence.
Yeah, that was terrific. I mean, he just said that, we thought how awful it was.
It was awful, it was tragic. The family had to fight for so long, and Bart's like, yeah, but we're talking about the months after he died. You didn't know any of that until years later. We know it's right.
Terribly difficult.
We know that they did SDS. We have the evidence of officers who were sent.
Apparently all the conversations were about protecting the parents.
Absolutely, and criticising the terrible investigative team. Everyone was very concerned about the competence of the team investigating that murder in the SDS.
Immediately after the murder happened.
I know. It's just shocking.
And so prescient. They were so prescient.
Yes.
Farce, absolute farce.
And I am finding him quite offensive.
He is, objectively.
It's being live streamed, so if you can stomach it, I recommend getting on the live stream and just listening to a bit of this man to form your own opinion. Judge for yourself, because it's nasty.
It's only a short break, we should probably go back in. We're probably going to start again soon. Cheers for joining.